Recording. Okay, so one of my mentors and taught me a lot of things, lending me books, and I returned them promptly. This piece here, he let me have it, a copy of this. But Thomas Lee Richardson was a friend of Nikola Tesla. Had a house in Vancouver on 20th Street and had a house full of books, papers, documents, furniture of Tesla, by the way. Nobody seems to know this. I keep mentioning it, but nobody seems interested in it. But I met Thomas through Stan Regic, who brought Thomas to my setup in 3744 East Hastings Street in Burnaby, British Columbia, Canada. And we got together and talked, and I gave him a demonstration, and he says, well, this reminds me of somebody I know. And then he went in more details and invited me to his house. I think it was about a couple of weeks later, and showed me books and said, well, I can lend you some books, you can read them, which he did do, and also diagrams and papers. And of course, I always go to Satellite Electronics on Main Street, which wasn't too far from Thomas Lee Richardson, so I take the books back, and we sit for the afternoon and talk, and what his adventures with Tesla, lent me stuff, and he showed me what he published a book on Tesla, by the way. I'll put that in the description. The correspondence I had with the Vancouver Public Library. Published a book on Tesla, struck a medallion, as well as other things. When he passed away, unfortunately, Steve Turner, myself, Stan, and others tried to get that stuff, save it, and put it in a museum or something, but the provincial government said, no, we've got to find any relatives of Thomas. So they did in the United Kingdom. And I heard from Canta Realty on Granville Street, who I interviewed and talked to, said, no, it's everything is confidential. So, okay, so that's that. On to the next photo, I suppose. But luckily, also Thomas gave me Colorado Springs notes, Tesla's autobiography, and some other stuff. I don't know where it is now, but it helped a lot in my research into Tesla and duplicating his experimental activities. It's a very interesting gentleman. Okay, I'll show you the next picture. Oh, this is somehow published somewhere. Nikola Tesla, brass medal struck by Thomas Richardson, Vancouver, British Columbia, 1971, huh? That's a while ago. Okay, so I'll go on to the next picture. I believe I have this medallion somewhere. Probably in one of the various crates I have. It's on video too. Don Muse filmed the Tesla medallion hanging off of a chain. So it's a beautiful piece, actually. Thomas gave me a couple, actually, too. So in the description, I'll put a link into more on Thomas Lee Richardson, because I'm trying to find the book, where the book is. Because I had a copy of the book, but I lost that, unfortunately, of Tesla. Yeah, so here is the back part of the medallion. It's kind of in the same time frame I met up with Mel Ernest Winfield, who took advantage of what I was doing and tried to present it to First International Energy Symposium in Toronto, Canada, and George Hathaway wrote out him when he found out that it was my stuff that Mel Winfield was trying to use. Anyway, but again, yes, so I had a lot of good mentors. One of my first ones was Johnny Cedar, who was an engineer. Taught me all about machining and lathes and milling machines and all that. I used to hang out at his home. In the basement, of course. So I had a lot of good friends and mentors, and still do. They come and go. But Thomas Lee Richardson really anchored into Tesla's stuff and helped me out quite a bit with books and publications and information. So, anyway, I'll be okay. I guess I'll go now. But cool stuff.